What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Hot Reach TV. It is I am Moe713. We're back with another episode, guys. Alright, for today's video is a little bit of update about the whole Tuttle shooting, the HPD shooting, the fucking disturbing ass shooting that happened here in Houston, Texas, man. I don't know if y'all heard about it. Well, the officers are finally being charged with murder. Huh? Who would have thought? But the people that don't know what I'm talking about this whole situation, about the whole fucking grimy and slimy ways that the HPD were going about it. Let me give you a little bit of update, a little bit of context, all right? So how this whole thing started was this police officer supposedly had a drug informant, which is falsified, all right, that told him that he bought certain drugs from a certain house, which is found out to be bullshit, all right? So
well, Art, you know, we've been following every twist and turn in this case since the February 8th raid in Southeast Houston left 5 officers injured, 2 suspects dead. According to the original search warrant, a confidential informant bought heroin at the house the day before the shooting. But according to new documents ABC 13 obtained, that may not be the case. This all revolves around an undercover officer. Investigators went to that officer's hospital bed where he gave them the name of 2 different informants. Investigators later questioned all confidential informants who had worked with the officer, and the confidential informants all denied making a buy from the residence located at 7815 Harding Street and ever purchasing narcotics from Regina Nicholas or Dennis Tuttle. On top of that,
corruption at its finest, guys.
The informant in question said in the past there had been times when the undercover officer paid him money but did not require him or her to do any actual work for him. 58-year-old Nicholas and 59-year-old Tuttle were killed when officers executed the search warrant at the home. 4 officers were shot. Now, we know a senior police officer, 23 years of experience with HPD, has been temporarily
It's horrific, man. Horrific shit.
His partner, the case agent, remains hospital.
With this bullshit information that he got, went and got the whole squad and said, yeah, I got this witness that bought drugs from these certain houses. So they served a no-knock warrant where they rushed inside the house. The people didn't know what the fuck was going on. First of all, the police barged in, killed their fucking pet dog, a little puppy. I mean, a little small dog, man. They shoot the dog. They kill the guy. They kill his wife. And basically, they killed his whole family. All right, so the HPD goes in and fucking shoots up the whole family. And supposedly a couple, they had gun exchange and bullet exchanges. But there's a lot of theories out there, you know, that the officers that got shot were actually from friendly fire. All right, the guy didn't even shoot at him. So so this whole cover-up situation started happening, all right? And everything, there was red flags everywhere from the jump. Everybody started questioning things because on the CERN report, it was first of all, it was a whole different address. They started going from Hardy Street to Harding, you know, Hardy to Harding, Harding Street. So a lot of people brought this into light, you know, and started questioning what the fuck, something's going on here. And basically the whole public and the people from YouTube, including me, we put pressure on the police department to, you know what I'm saying, we criticized the police department and fucking pointed a lot of red flags, which they had no choice but to admit to their, you know, to their fuck ups. All right. Now, throughout the whole investigation, all right, the fucking police department, at the beginning, the chief of police, Acevedo, he's trying to just make it all about the police department, about how much the police should be respected because, you know, they're getting shot out here. But at this, I mean, it just made him look stupid at this point within the community because, I mean, the police department looked crooked as fuck. I mean, the whole police department structure and fucking respect from the community got lost. It's gone. All right. And they didn't blame it on themselves. All right. They just kept pointing the finger at people, including me. Look, check out this shit, man. The video that I posted, right, about the situation got 195,000 views. And that's before the YouTube and HPD department put a complaint about my video and to stop the fucking viewers, you know what I'm saying? They I guess the Justice Department, I mean, they couldn't do nothing because everything I did was legal. Everything is fair use, but they found a way to get to YouTube and just like cut off the video from being shared with the algorithms and the whole situation. But besides the point, all right, so check this. I'm one of the people that had one of the grossing views. I mean, this story reached I mean, I reached a lot of people from Australia. I mean, just worldwide, for me talking about this shit. I mean, the reason I'm showing y'all this, how many views my shit got, is because they started threatening. They started threatening all the people that were blaming the police department. I mean, who the fuck else are you gonna blame? Who else are you gonna blame? So they're mad at us for pointing their finger at them and just calling them out on their bullshit.
If you're the ones that are out there spreading the rhetoric that police officers are the enemy, well, just know we've all got your number now. We're going to be keeping track of all of y'all, and we're going to make sure that we hold you accountable every time you stir the pot on our police officers. We've had enough, folks.
Who did you have in mind when you said that? You say, well, you know who you are.
I'm talking to the activists who have severely just made our officers the enemy. We only had 995 people that were shot and killed by law enforcement, only 47 of which were unarmed. The fact of the matter is we're doing a great job every single day.
They sound like some fucking thugs, huh? I mean, they say, we know where you live. We know where you are. We're going to find you. What the fuck? Y'all motherfuckers just, I mean, y'all just barely just done got finished of murdering a whole family. And now y'all saying that you got my phone number, you got other YouTubers' phone numbers. I'm not saying who specifically, but y'all just fucking threatening the people that just want justice. I mean, what kind of lawful shit is this, man? This is just proves that the fucking, I mean, it's just some sketchy shit going on, all right? It just proves the sketchiness of the whole situation, man. It just got a little bit of red flags right there. I guess after the whole situation of everybody talking about it, things died down a little bit, and we were all pushing and pushing for them to have an outsourced investigation, you know, because they were just trying to investigate themselves at this time. And everybody was like, no, man, and including me, I was like, how are you going to investigate yourselves? So recently, like this week, they finally charged the officers with murder, you know, after immense pressure through media and through people like us that were pushing the agenda and just trying to share light. I mean, they were just backed up into a corner. They had to do something. I mean, here's a little bit of what happened.
Good evening tonight. Shocking charges against two former Houston police officers for their roles in a botched drug raid in January. Those officers are now out on bond. A husband and wife were killed in the raid and 4 officers were wounded. Tonight, we're answering your questions about how we got to this point and where the case goes from here. We have team coverage beginning with Larry Siebert in downtown Houston. Larry?
Lynn, around noon, a judge here signed arrest warrants. Then prosecutors called lawyers for both Gerald Goins and Stephen Bryant to hash out their surrender. But what happened next inside this courthouse behind me opened eyes. Gerald Goins and Stephen Bryant turned themselves in court with lawyers, a bondsman, and prosecutors in the dark about it until reporters called.
I've not seen a case like this in my 30-plus years of practicing law.
Harris County District Attorney Kim Ogg charged Goins with 2 counts of felony murder for his role in the deaths of Regina Nicholas and Dennis Tuttle. In January, both died in a botched Houston police drug raid and shooting that wounded 4 officers, including the now retired Goins.
Bro, this motherfucker's on cocaine, dog. Look at his nose. You can clearly see the white powder. This motherfucker coked out of his mind. He turned himself in. I mean, fucking coked the fuck out, man. This shit. I'll zoom into this shit. What the fuck? What is going on here? You can see the rock cocaine in his fucking nose too, man. This is crazy.
Prosecutors say he lied to get a no-knock warrant for the raid he led. And after it happened, Ogg claims former officer Stephen Bryant lied about a drug buy too.
We recognize that the community has been violated. And I want to assure my fellow Houstonians and other residents of Harris County that we are getting to the truth.
Calling Goins a flight risk, prosecutors asked for $250,000 bonds, a curfew, GPS monitor, and travel restrictions.
I think that it says we want to draw attention to this filing is unfortunately what I think it says. This is not a standard bond. He's been cooperative since the very first day that he learned there was an investigation. He talked with police. He's lived in the same house that he's lived in all along. There's no reason to believe that he would go anywhere.
Bryant's bond was lower but more complicated. His case was supposed to be heard in another court, but that judge was not here. So we watched the judge in Goins' case call his colleague before giving Bryant a $50,000 bond.
What's surprising is that he actually got bail. So we're going to react to the chief of police, Acevedo, where it's kind of sketchy, all right? I know that he's trying to do a whole PR movement and try to assure people, you see, we can investigate ourselves. We actually charged the police officers for murder. And for all the people that were doubting us that we were gonna charge anybody over police, look at y'all. I mean, they just make themselves look real. I mean, suspicious in the fact in that aspect. But just look at all this shit that is like kind of cringe in a certain way. But let's just listen to a little bit what he has to say and just react to the whole situation.
In charges, I think it's really important for this community to understand are charges that are a result of the Houston Police Department's investigation.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, we can investigate ourselves.
Yes, we can investigate ourselves.
And yes, we did pursue the good, the bad, and the ugly as we promised to this community shortly after this incident occurred. The Houston Police Department has zero tolerance for police officers that would not only breach the public trust, their oath of office, and in this case, commit a crime in one individual that led to murder charges being filed, felony murder, under the felony murder rule.
Felony murder. We're going to keep
But
that in
again,
mind.
It's important, once again, because there's been a lot of emotion in our community, to note that as we said from day one, we would leave no stone unturned.
They keep reassuring you people.
Like we said from day one, that it's our department.
From day
No
one?
one complained about this. To this day, we didn't receive
What?
a complaint.
What the fuck is he talking about? Everybody complained, man. He said not one time did anybody complain. From day one, we did it all ourselves. Bro, y'all were fucking pissed. Y'all were pissed. I mean, the first day that he came on and spoke about it, like gave a press conference in the beginning when this whole situation happened, and he tried to fucking play it off and try to, cover this whole thing up before people started seeing the red flags. He was out there praising his police department. I mean, and especially on this update, this little press conference he's about to do, in no time does he ever really even give sympathetic or be sympathizing of the people that lost their lives. I mean, they killed a dog and the wife and the whole family. They just they just make it all about themselves. We did this, we did that. Thankfully for us, we investigated us. They keep just try to cover up their fucking bullshit, man. It's just annoying. It's fucking stupid.
Murder charges being filed, felony murder, under the felony murder rule.
What?
But again, it's important, once again,
But it's important
because
once
there's been
again.
a lot of emotion in our community, to note that as we said from day one,
Day
we
one.
leave no stone unturned.
False.
Like we said from day one, that it's our department. No one complained about this. To this day, we didn't receive a complaint. We are the ones that asked the tough questions.
No, you didn't.
We are the
We
ones
did.
that pursued the leads.
No, you didn't.
And ultimately, we are the ones in our investigation with our Special Investigations Unit, and it's their work that led to this day. And I was a little disappointed watching the press conference earlier today, because I don't recall any mention or too much mention of the work that we put into it. I heard a lot about DPS, but the truth of the matter is that it's the Houston Police Department's investigation.
Bro,
I would
talking about this,
participate
man.
at some
This police department was more focused on their cover-ups and more focused on the people talking about their shit instead of their own investigation. I mean, their whole focus was on people talking about them, exposing the police department. I mean, their focus wasn't 100% on this fucking case because they knew they messed up. They were just trying to strategize and try to see where they fucking cover their tracks, man. I mean, this is just, it's just a lot of contradiction on top of contradiction, man. It's just
additional charges being filed, and we're not going to speculate nor talk about which ones in this case. But as we said from day one, we are fully cooperative with the DA's office. We appreciate the partnership and their work. And we're also obviously working very closely with the United States Attorney's Office and with Mr. Ryan Patrick.
saucy.
And
So
our federal partners with the
I'm ready to
FBI
slide.
under the leadership of Special Agent in Charge Perry Turner. And so where we go from here is to continue to do what we do at this department, which is to hold ourselves accountable, to make ourselves better, and obviously to do what I think we do best, which is try to continue to keep this community safe. Just earlier, a few hours ago, we had a shooting here where we believe is gang related, and we're going to continue to focus on that. But we're grateful that the community, the Tuttle family, Nicholas family,
Finally
and
talks about
then
him.
our officers that were part of that stack.
Look at
They're
this
also
shit,
victims in this.
bro.
That
You
the
see how he
community,
throws a fucking family that passed
Tuttle
away under the rug? We're sorry for the Tuttle family, the Nicholas family, and then our police officers.
Nicholas family, and then our officers that the community, the Tuttle family, Nicholas family,
Tuttle family, Nicholas
and
family.
then our officers that were part of that stack. They're also victims in this case. Our officers that came to work, kissed their families goodbye that day.
Try to sympathize about the officer.
Were told by these two now charged suspects.
Bro,
by
I just had enough about this shit, man.
charged
This is it.
murderer,
I have enough of this
accused of
bullshit,
murder,
guys.
charged with murder.
At least you
Officer
think
Goins, hey, we're
about
gonna go-
him thinking about the fucking community, but he just thinks about him and his reputation, and just looking stupid once again. I mean, this whole fucking press conference is just about him fucking. They're just licking their fucking own ass. Our police department did an awesome job, you know. Prayers are from the Tuttle family and the Nicholas and our police department and everybody. They fucking came out and they kissed their families goodbyes to do the job, you know. But and the people that got murdered, yeah, they kind of did. They died. Yeah, they died. Sorry for that. Yeah. But the police department, we did a great job investigating ourselves. We finally charged these fucking individuals, these criminal police officers. Come on, man. It's just a bunch of fucking wishy-washy fucking bullshit, man. So at this point in the video, I guess we just got to see what happens, man. We'll see what they really get charged with. I mean, they got charged with felony murder, but I'd be surprised if those fucking charges stand up. All right, so we're gonna, I guess, do another update once they finally get sentenced, which they're probably just gonna get, what, probably like 5 years max or something like that for killing the whole family. I mean, the charges that they got filed for these police officers, they didn't even charge them for killing the dog. I mean, that's just inhumane by itself. What the fuck? But anyway, I guess this is the end of the video, man. Y'all leave your opinions down below. Tell me what y'all think about this whole situation. Thank y'all for watching. This is MOE for 713. I'll see you on the next one, man. Bam.